for to provide for the students that he serves. And I think it's appropriate that we have Dr. Bledsoe come forward to hear what we have to present.
Thank you. My name is Trevor Martin. I'm a criminal justice major at Indiana University Southeast. I'm also a peer mentor. I also sit on the board of diversity with the chancellors at my institution. But I think the most important thing is that I am the president of the chapter of the Student African American Brotherhood. I am my brother's keeper.
And together we will rise.
Thank you, gentlemen. What we have today, and I don't have a lot of time, we worked diligently this past summer to create a scholarship. If any of you were in that first session that we attended yesterday, you find out that the war that we're fighting needs funding. One of the greatest incentives is for you to be able to have the money to make it easy to get your education and relieve some of the burdens that are associated with getting an education. I want to call it a minority incentive. Each school, it's in their best interest to see to it that they do all they can and become responsible for your success. What the school offered us was $25,000 to hand out in scholarships. The first scholarship is $20,000. It's for 4 years. The student that receives it will get $5,000 a year, split in half, $2,500 a semester, guaranteed. This was just for joining SAAB. And so then what they allowed me to come up with was a way for the leadership of our organization to also receive money so that their burden would be lightened. And so the president gets $1,500, the vice president gets $1,000, the treasurer and secretary get $750 apiece, which then left us $1,000. And why just have the money sitting around? We created the Dr. Tyrone Bledsoe Outstanding Member Award. It's $1,000 each semester, and it's for that member who is doing something to make a difference. It's one thing to have people on your roster as members for big numbers, but everybody should become familiar with the 80-20 rule.
Yes.
Because if you start something yourself, you will probably be the one seeing it through. Prepare yourself. So at this time, I would just like to give Dr. Bledsoe an opportunity to basically acknowledge the fact that if it was not for Dr. Bledsoe's efforts 21 years ago, the school would have had no reason to give us a dime. I want you to know that there's billions of dollars in the system for education and minority incentives. You must all go to your financial aid at your respective institutions and start asking questions. Question authority. Find out how we go about getting it. If you run into walls, I have a business card. It's good for one free move, and you can get all the information you need. We already did the work for you. Don't reinvent the wheel. Take advantage, start finding out, and spread the wealth. At this time, I'd like to introduce, once again, Dr. Bledsoe.
I want to thank the guys from Indiana University Southeast. Trevor has been in touch with me over the last couple months as we've talked about the scholarship opportunity. Isn't that a blessing?
Yeah.
It's a blessing. And we want to see more of that. And actually at the SAAB conference, we're going to have a session done by foundations to help our SAAB advisors begin to look for scholarships in addition to money to sustain their SAAB initiative. But I want to commend the guys. Anyone else? IU Southeast guys, stand up. Wherever you are.
Right there.
Okay, one standing. Let's give them another round of applause. Recipient of the $1,000 scholarship, is that correct? Right? Okay, let's give it to him. And so much stuff I didn't get to do, but I want to put up this last slide, and that's our contact information. But I want to thank the guys, and let me say this lastly, as I rush to my seat to keep us on time. You never know who's in your life or who you may encounter in your life that may be a gatekeeper. Everybody say gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
A gatekeeper, you may have a person like yesterday that you disrespected that may be the gatekeeper to your destiny. Everybody feel that?
Yep. Yeah.
So you always want to be careful about how you treat people, because you never know who may be your gatekeeper. And so helping this brother and other brothers with the scholarship money that we also desperately need, I'm commending that, and certainly want to see more of that. Once again, thank you all very much.